Good morning, Cougar Nation. It's John Chandler, your athletic director on a rainy Monday morning, week 2 of Digital Learning Days. Today we are interviewing Coach Brian Robinson of our track and cross country team. And today we have our first student moderator with us, Miss Naya Herbert. How you doing, Naya?
I'm good. How are you?
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Good. Naya, I see you rocking FAMU. Is that one of your choices?
Yes, my number one right now.
Good. Naya, tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump in.
I'm a junior at Alexander. My name is Naya Herbert. I'm a cheerleader. I play golf. I'm in a lot of clubs, and I enjoy my school a lot. I like to stay involved because being involved is very important, especially in high school, because I'm trying to make those memories before I go to college. So I just enjoy high school, and I like my school.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Naya. So, Coach Robinson, tell us about yourself. Who is Coach Brian Robinson? Talk to me.
Well, this is my 26th year as cross-country and track coach at Alexander High School. I started in 1994. Originally from South Carolina, moved here in middle school, went to Lithia Springs, and then went and ran track at the University of South Carolina, 87 through 91. Graduated, worked a little bit, but then decided to come into education because I really wanted to do that. I felt like that was the calling, and been coaching ever since, since 94.
26 years at Alexander. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So Naya's got some questions. She's going to jump in and ask you a couple of them also.
All righty.
Okay. So at Alexander, can you tell us about your journey, about coaching, about any educational things you experienced at Alexander?
Well, the journey's been pretty good. I mean, when I first got to Alexander, we didn't even have a track. We practiced in the bus loop. We practiced at around the football field, around the practice football field. My third year, we got an asphalt track, and then we raised enough money. I think it was my around 01, 02, we got a rubber track, and that's one of the things, of course, cross country. We started out, I think I had 5 girls on the team and somewhere around 15 boys. Now, we have well over about 120 kids running track and somewhere around 60 to 70 every year running cross country.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting.
So Coach, you in those 26 years have talked to us about the state championships and region titles and come on, man, let's brag a little bit. This is
all right. Well, we've won 44. I've won 44 region championships in boys and girls cross country and track.
Okay.
We got a good streak going in track right now. Girls will be going for their 5th straight, boys 4th straight region championship. We won the boys' first state championship in 2000 was the first state championship of Alexander any sport. Boys cross country team in 2000. The boys won again in 2016, and in 2018 we were state girls track and field champions, and that was the first state championship for any girls sport. So I can't even remember how many county championships we've won. I've kind of lost count on that one. So, but we've had a lot of good kids. Had 20, I think it's 22 times we've been on the podium in the top 4.
20. Wow, that's awesome, Coach.
Our boys cross country team, out of 26 years, 19 times they've been in the top 5 at the state.
Wow.
So
that's a really rich history, to say the least. That's one of the things that jumped out at me the most about Alexander is the history. And even when we don't win the titles or the championships, it's still pride in the level of competition in everything that we do. You see that all across the board in all the sports. And, I think it's very important that one sport sometimes may have to carry that energy into the rest of the school. Like you're saying, everybody can count on track and cross country to be competitive every single year.
Yeah, we also with wrestling, baseball, soccer, football's been really good lately. Basketball, obviously, I think in my 26 years here, this is the best it's been in the last 5-6 years, without a doubt. All sports, the whole athletic department, boys and girls.
Okay.
It's been really good.
Go ahead, Naya.
Okay. What is it like being a coach? What is your drive? Did you always dream to be a coach, or is this something that you just
Well, I
thought you
love the
wanted to do?
sport of track and field. I think track and field kind of found me rather because I played every sport there was coming up, mainly football, basketball, and baseball. But middle school started running. I'm kind of one of those people that I've always liked to be in control, and track is like, hey, you go out there and you put the work in. You don't have to depend on anybody. You don't have to worry about it. If you put the work in, you'll see the results. I've loved coaching. This hiatus we have right now is driving me crazy. But the great thing is seeing young people get better. I'm fortunate enough to coach some great athletes, but also had kids that, never were varsity, but, I see them on Facebook. They're still lifelong runners and stuff. So that's what kind of drives me. I just love seeing people, reach their goals and their dreams, and kind of makes you feel young also. So that's pretty much it. That's what kind of drives me. I just want to like helping people get better. And you can
Right.
see that more in track and field and cross country than sometimes other sports. Because when a kid improves, like, we have kids that, go from like a 5-minute mile to 4:20, you can see that improvement.
So Coach, talk to me about this new region. I know when the new alignment came out and everybody was speculating, we almost could have had some Vegas prop bets on what the new region alignment would have been. How did your prediction shake out? Was it what you thought?
We're going to be in pretty good track in cross country region. Carrollton is probably traditionally the best track program in the history of the state. We were in the region with them about 6-7 years ago. We actually won the region one year against them. Rome and Dalton are good teams. So, but we feel like we'll be competitive. We'll be right there. We're probably one of the top 2 teams. I feel like our boys and girls cross country teams will be, the team to beat in the region. In track, we're going to be right there too.
Okay, good.
We have a good team right now. So we're not really worried about the region. To me, it was, I'm kind of glad that we have some schools that really take track and fields and cross country serious for a better region meet than we've had recently. So as far as competition, it's going to be actually prepare us a little bit better for the state that way.
Okay. Go ahead, Naya.
Yep.
So what is special about your program compared to other programs? What stands out about your program that most programs do not have?
Well, I don't want to brag, but we win. We send kids to college,
Right.
Especially on the girls' side. We've sent a lot. We've had 105 kids in 26 years go on the running college. We still have 4 or 5 more. But also the thing about it is, I think when our program, and I think wrestling is a lot like this too, because it's an individual sport also. But if you attract the right kid, the kid that wants to come out there and work and do the work and put the work in, and is coachable, listens, and they're patient, they're going to be successful. And a lot of my kids that I've coached have also been top 10 students. I've had 4 valedictorians and 2 salutatorians.
Wow.
And since I've coached at Alexander. So, I think the biggest thing that we try to tell kids that come out for track and cross country is you got to be willing to do that daily grind, get up, you got to put into work. It's no shortcuts if you want to be good. And when the kids buy into it, it's a thing of beauty. You see them take off. You see them get a lot better. And I've got kids right now that are driving me crazy saying, Coach, is there a track anywhere in Atlanta I can go to? Or, what do you think it's okay to do this? And because, I knew it was going to happen because I've got some type A personality type kids that if they don't even like to go on vacation at certain times of the year, they actually tell the parents, this is when we're going on vacation because I don't want any training. And it's great as a coach when you can get those type of kids. And we've got a great group right now. Probably the deepest group I've had, boys and girls, as far as dedicated athletes.
So
Good.
this, this social separation and pseudo lockdown, quarantine. I know those words are really, really big and carry a lot of weight, but it's safe to use the word social separation and, restrictions, if you will, especially with our campus. Talk about what the athletes can do right now to stay sharp and be ready when and if we go back.
Distance runners have kind of got it great because, I mean, social distancing, not many people are going to want to run 8 to 10 miles with you. So you don't have to worry about groups of 50 people. Some of the guys, girls, they'll get together, but, basically what I've told them, you got to, you run in your neighborhood. My son's a thrower. He's been lifting weights, doing Coach Watts' stuff. He's been throwing the shot in the driveway, the shot put in the driveway. We tell them to cross train, do the best you can. A lot of the kids, fortunately, we live in a kind of a rolling hilly area, and hills are great. So I've told all of the sprinters, jumpers, distance to run hills. So, they're doing a pretty good job. I'm pretty sure we're one of the programs where if we're out 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not worried because I've got some kids that will probably come back and may come back in better shape because they're probably bored out of their mind and probably working out twice a day. So, I mean, that's just, the way it is. I've actually been on my bike every day, or elliptico. It's like a bike elliptical machine. I've gone to the Silver Comet Trail myself 8 straight days now. So, and I can say this, there's a lot of people on Silver Comet, right?
I tell you what, I can't stop eating.
Me either.
I can't stop eating, Coach.
Right. I think people are getting a little claustrophobic.
Yeah. Yes.
Something. They got to get out a little bit, and they say the fresh air is good for you. So one of the things they say is to go out and walk, take a walk,
right,
around the neighborhood, get out, instead of being locked up.
Right.
Right.
Naya, you can finish us out with one more question, if you will.
Okay. If there was one thing your athletes will have to learn from you today, what would it be?
The biggest thing, and I told the kids this when we left the Thursday before, is, how precious opportunities are. Young people sometimes don't realize it, and I didn't realize it, and I don't think anybody really realizes when they're young that you don't get many chances. You don't ever get a chance to redo anything. And I hope this right here shows young people, like, look, things can be taken away from you. I mean, we're talking about canceling the Olympics or postponing it.
Right.
In major seasons. And, I feel real bad for these young people because you never know if some of them are going to get this opportunity again if they're seniors. So make the most of your opportunities when you're young. Doesn't mean you have to fret over them or stress out, but hey, enjoy them, enjoy it, work hard. And when you get those opportunities, whether it's a race or, a chance to do really good in the class or anything, you got to enjoy it. You got to have fun with it. And I think that's the biggest thing is that opportunity. It's going to come back around. We're going to get through this. And hope when we do get through it and everything, people will realize that, hey, you know what, this is, I'm going to make the most of this. I'm not going to waste this opportunity to present it to me. Right.
Well, Coach Robinson, I sincerely thank you, one, for taking time out this morning and chatting with us. No problem. As expected, you delivered a mighty punch when it comes to how to build and maintain a successful program and motivate students to keep working hard even when times are tough. And I think the biggest thing that you said today was, just cherish every moment because they're precious and few. And that matches your motto, living in the moment.
Right. You don't know what happens tomorrow. So it's best.
I think we'll get through this. I'm praying that once we're done with spring break, we'll be back to normal. I've been thinking every day. I'm hoping that will be the case. I don't know if we'll be back to normal.
Right.
But we'll be back.
I'm hoping that because I think the kids have got to get back. We've got to children. We got to protect them, and it's a big fear with a lot of Americans. And I can only imagine what's going on through young people's minds right now. They're going to have a future, So if we
Right.
find a way to get back to some normalcy for them, I think that would go a long way in relaxing everybody, because their parents would know they're back in school, they're getting, you know, taking those steps to finishing up the school year, finishing up, getting ready for next year, stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping for, praying for, that we get back in that situation, because the way I look at it is, I mean, you got to take care of your kids, you got to take care of your elderly. Those are the things
Absolutely.
you got to take care of. And I'm not an expert on how to take care of the elderly in this situation, but I think on the children's side, we've got to get back to some normalcy with them, hopefully within about 3-4 weeks.
Absolutely. Well, we're
Then
all
until
praying
spring breaks over.
for a swift, a swift end to all of this. And we pray to the Most High and just hope. I know that He's going to take care of us.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. It's going to be, we're going to get through it.
Absolutely.
We will.
To see the prom, we're going to get to see graduation. And hopefully we'll get to see the region and the state sectionals and state meet, which is
All
the
right.
end of April and early May. So hopefully we'll get to see that. If we do, then that would be great. I mean, that's still about 5 weeks off. So, I mean, I'm praying for that. I think it will. Just got to be positive and optimistic and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach. We're going to wrap it up.
I appreciate it. Nice meeting you, Naya.
Nice meeting you too. Hope to see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Coach.
We'll
Take
see
care.
you. All right. Bye.